Episode 535 of the TV Dudes, recorded April 17th, 2025. The Bondsman! This week, we're hunting demons with Kevin Bacon in his new Amazon Prime series, The Bondsman.
That's right. Will this bacon sizzle, or is it going to be straight to hell?
We'll find out. But first, I'm Les.
And I'm Nick.
And we're the TV Dudes. And you know, some southern fried demon hunting ain't all we watched on this here TV this week.
No, that's to them, what do you call them? Their journals.
Wait.
No, it's fancier than that.
I feel like we're doing the Porky Pig again.
It's a
journal.
The Diaries of the Television Dudes. Brought to you by only the finest cocaine wine.
So Nick, what'd you watch this week?
I watched some Muppets some more. I watched the Liza Minnelli episode, which is a murder mystery episode.
Nice.
Which is just like sometimes they'll have a special thing where they forego the skits and everything is just like a singular narrative. They did Robin Hood in one point, and then this one was Liza Minnelli like trying to figure out who was killing all the Muppets. I did like that it turns out that it's Statler and Waldorf at the end.
That's great.
And they're mad because they think they've killed Liza Minnelli.
Oh no, not Liza!
We love Liza!
Yeah, we didn't mean to bump her off!
No, just the rest of you guys!
I knew it! Scratch a critic and you get an assassin.
Then your death scene was a trick?
Well, after all, darling, I mean, I am an actress.
Bravo!
Bravo!
Yeah, best performance we've seen on this show in years!
That's great.
Like, oh wait, you're not dead? Yeah, I'm an actress. Pretty good.
Okay, that's good. And man, yeah.
Liza Minnelli, do you know what to do? Yeah, strut my stuff and show my legs. See, that's a professional. There goes a professional right there. Said the puppet.
That's great.
I absolutely love that. I watched some more Mr. In-Between and some Burn Notice. I didn't mention last week or whatever, but I got up to season 4 and then the movie Sam Axe, the Sam Axe movie, which is definitely like I'm now afraid to go on to season 5 because I know like, man, this is where I drop off. This is
right,
and I could already feel the slump in season 4. I finished The Pit, pretty solid ending, I think.
I mean, to me, for a medical procedural, that splits the difference between being too artsy to be fun and being, a mile a minute ER style thing.
I think that has the structure to go with, like, unlike 24, where its 24th hour thing got fucking old pretty quickly.
Right.
I think this could go on for at least 3 seasons.
Yeah, you could do a different day a few months later, or just a different shift. Yeah.
Watched Hardcore Henry, which is a
Always
great
fun.
movie I rewatch every once in a while, just on a loop of like, man, talk about a movie that plot-wise, like, barely hangs together, like, has so little going on and is so much, action over substance. And yet there's enough substance there to, like, really hit in the third act on the twist, whatever, with the wife. And I really like that actor that plays the villain, the Akan. I don't see him in a lot of stuff because, honestly, I don't think he can speak English very convincingly.
But, man, when you need that dude.
Estelle, your man, he's such a white knight. To save you now, only for my dick. To kill you later.
Each year, 100,000 baseball bats are sold in Russia. And at most, 50 baseballs. Gives an idea of a great Russian pastime.
Like, it's the best Call of Duty video game adaptation that didn't get snapped up early in development of, like, guys, whoever was making video game adaptations at the time should have caught this script and been smart enough to slap a label on it.
Genuinely, I don't understand. I will forever think about watching, no one should think about this, watching Leprechaun 4 and realizing
is
even
there a
before
reason
we
this
looked
can't
it up
be the
that, like,
Serious Sam movie or the Duke Nukem movie?
Like, we know that this happens all the time. Like, people buy up properties and go, I don't give a fuck what your script was called.
Yeah,
it's
I don't care.
Call of Duty now.
Yeah.
And why was Hardcore Henry not snatched up and done that? Like,
I don't know. Maybe there's just no faith in video game adaptations at that point.
right.
But as speaking of video game adaptations, I did watch Devil May Cry,
Oh yeah,
which was unbelievably more fun than I thought it would be. Don't really give a shit about Devil May Cry.
which is, you said, a video game?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's a video game, pretty old one too, hack and slasher that Capcom developed right around like the time of the Resident Evil games they were making. Capcom was a pretty high burn through the 90s and aughts.
Mm-hmm.
And, at the height of so the Devil May Cry, the series comes out, fucking decades after the height of any Devil May Cry adaptation.
Right.
There was another animated series in 2007
Okay.
that no one fucking gives a shit about.
But I mean, if you busted out a Street Fighter movie right now, I wouldn't be shocked.
This is, I think I was describing to you, I think we're in the transitionary period now. Like Madam Web was like a period piece in the 2000s.
Holy God, what are we transitioning to that Madam Web is in there?
Because Madam Web was like set in like the 2000s. It was an odd decade to be set in. We have nostalgia for the 80s and 90s,
Right.
and the 90s have been becoming more prevalent as we've gone forward.
Mm-hmm.
And Y2K just came out, and so this was like the transitionary period. I'm like, okay, so this isn't just like a 90s adaptation. This is a slim chunk of Americana that is adapted here, that okay, you can't take any references that are from before 1998 but not after 2003.
That's what you said. It's a very it's like a Papa Roach worth of years.
I was telling you all the references. I'm like, man, it's a specific slice of 5 to 6 years.
Right.
And
I wonder if media doing this retroactively is going to be the thing that breaks that that theory that we don't look at decades the same. Like part of the reason that nostalgia is rolling differently. Like you had the 80s, you had the 90s, the 70s, whatever. We name things by decades, and now we kind of name things by events or generations, because everything after the 2000s doesn't have a great name.
Right. Because we lost the aughts, I guess. We're not.
Right. Oh, yeah, we didn't know. I fought for it to be called the naughties, and nobody went with me. But yeah, we don't, the aughts or what, I don't know. Nobody really talks about it, and we don't have it solidified.
You're
as
like the roaring 20s, the naughty oddies. I get it.
Right. No, we're more inclined to say roaring 20s and be like, oh, 1920. Then no, we're in the 20s. What the fuck are you talking about? This is the 20s.
Yeah.
That warm fire behind us of the whole country, that's the roaring.
Well, it's kind of like when I say the 20s, you don't think 1820.
Right. But yeah, I wonder if media is going to make us suddenly nostalgic for a 2000 to 2010 era that currently no one has clarified in their head.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, just references, the theme song is fucking Rollin' by
Sorry, we just both watched Y2K, I know.
Yeah, and man, Y2K had that just shot around the party with all the different musics from that day. I was like, Jesus Christ.
One than actually having Fred Durst.
Yeah, and then Fred, and then I was telling you, he has a whole thing where he's being, I like the premise that they are attacked by a demon, and then demon says, I'm looking for a completely, a specific demon hunter that's got a thing I want. So this the demon hunter organization of America is get me every independent demon hunter in this fucking room right now. So it's a great montage of just weird looking dudes and people that there's a priest, there's a guy that has a trench coat and a fedora, there's this braided chick with knives, it's a great oh cool, I'm never gonna see any of these people again, but I like establishing the world of there's just a bunch of weirdo demon hunters in this era that because demons every once in a while pop out of hell, which is a different dimension rather than an actual place.
Yeah, you said it's at some point in the past we've discovered that hell is a real place, that is a dimension that we can pop a hole to, and a couple of people went there and were changed
right
to survive.
All
right.
And then I like that they they want Dante because he's a half-breed, they want his blood, blah blah blah, but they go to fucking take him out, and it's one of those 90s and aughts heroes that are just nope, he's just cool. Does he have a character flaw? Not really.
Being too cool.
Sometimes he's just too cool for school.
Sometimes he needs to make a serious point, but his hair's too good.
He has a trouble with the main female character who is just a badass taciturn with guns or whatever. But I like that they send in a bunch of guys after him, and suddenly he just starts dodging around bullets like he's matrixing it. And then suddenly they shoot him enough, he's moving fast enough that eventually they pan over to the guy shooting at him in a side shot, and then it pans over and you see Dante and he's shooting and he's yelling, "Who are we shooting at?" Like he's half like Neo, half Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
Like and then he puts on Rage Against the Machine, like guerrilla radio, and running hutting up the stairs, one of the mercenaries goes up like, okay, I don't know who this guy is, but at least he's got taste.
Yeah. Yeah, like you told me that like in universe plays a song and another character stops like solid.
Yeah, solid work. Like, come here to shoot you, but I gotta
like respect.
It also might be the best use of Papa Roach since the Yellow Jackets. Like that Papa Roach song came on and I was like, honestly, in any other show I'd be mad right now. But this feels of a piece, and like it happens during
of a pieces.
Cut my life of a pieces. It happens during a highway fight, like that is just out of the Matrix. Like it's just the Matrix. Yeah.
They basically do the like vampire or whatever ghosting back.
Yeah, a bunch of demons fight on the top of cars during this highway chase, and even in the middle of that, like the soundtrack, like he drops out and he's about to baseball bat people with the motorcycle he's just flipped, and one of the two demons he's about to do it to are like, damn, that's cool, hilarious. And then get hit. Nails him, gets to the side of the wall, and then revs the engine so that they like the tires kicks him out. Like it's fucking like it's like honestly the action is like, god damn it, that's solid. Like that's all fucking kind of
Gently the One sounded shit.
That's
man.
Good stuff. Gently the One, also Papa Roach.
Right.
Like the famous ender. If you're going to steal from the best.
Right.
And then it has a weaker middle where you follow.
That came out in that exact era, too.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, if out of the things they're cribbing of, they're cribbing from that movie, too. Like, it's.
Which no one should crib from that movie. Also, no, I love that movie.
I also really like that movie. I'm glad man. I see you. I knew you were good people.
I used to be more good people, but now.
I am Yula.
I'm the best people.
I am nobody's bitch. You
all right, people, go see the one. That won't make any more sense, but I won't feel as crazy.
The human character, the human squad other than the main female character. She has a whole squad of team that look pretty cool, but are there to just get killed at a certain point. And they don't really do much. Like there's one that's called Ninja, and she has like dueling swords and can shoot shuriken, and she doesn't really do a lot before she kills. There's a tech person that just starts off getting stabbed. Like,
okay.
Like it was one of those things like, okay, maybe this was longer at some point and these guys actually did stuff.
Well, you said it's clearly been in development for fucking ever.
Well, Kevin Conroy is the fucking vice president in it that's running this fucking Darkcom, the organization.
Like, and not like a re-speecher of Kevin Conroy, but like.
No, Kevin Conroy, man. Like he fucking recorded this, must have been fucking forever ago.
Hell is a real dimension, and unfortunately.
So sir, our organization is on this, which our marketing team demands I call it Darkcom.
That's pretty good. Don't make me watch Devil May Cry. God damn it.
It's not bad. I really.
You were so stunned when the first time I walked in, you were like, so I'm watching Devil May Cry. Also, it's actually really good.
Also, the ending. Do you remember the Fables ending where they not the Fables ending, but a part in Fables the comic where they describe invading the human world, the fairy tale creatures, and the adversary, and they describe like, oh, here's how we would take over the human world, and he goes, nope. If we open up beanstalks or whatever to the human world, they'll climb up them, and the U.S. military will come in and fucking wreck us. And it shows basically a what if that would happen, you know. People on Humvees with giant heads on the head of Humvees and taking photos like GIs like
yeah, like no you think you're scary, they will throw a nuclear bomb through the hole,
right?
And
So they do that not as a fucking gag. They just do that at the end of this. At the end of this, when everything's all
We just
cool.
bomb hell.
Well, man, we get the device that like, okay, cool, no tears in hell anymore. And as far as I can tell, problem solved, right?
Mhm.
Well, Kevin Conroy, vice president, goes, no, I've had this all wrong. God's plan wasn't to wait for him to make our kingdom come or whatever. He wants us to make it ourselves. Why not be proactive? So he takes
Why have a way into hell if God didn't want us to?
So he takes the fucking device and starts pouring shit in, like, and American Idiot starts to play, which is
All right, so the show knows what's up.
not
damn.
not bad.
All right, not
Like,
bad, not bad. Again, damn. I want to watch Double May
And they
Cry.
start laying waste to hell, which is cool because like hell is not full of like it's got just regular dudes that just live in it. Like that's one of the whole points. There's a great episode at episode 6, shot in a completely different art style for two separate ones. Like there's a sepia tone, black and kind of old noir style for the female character and her origin story, and then the White Rabbit has a like Hilda dark kind of fairy tale style for his origin story when he was growing up in hell. And there's just like babies and refugees and man, one of the episodes where her team gets killed. They get killed because they're in a fucking building that the White Rabbit comes on like, okay, all residents, we have unexpected visitors. If you are caught helping any of the visitors, we will immediately they just like, dude, are you just doing fucking the raid?
Right. Basically.
And or Dread. No, I really I really dig it. I actually kind of highly recommend it. It might rub a lot of people the wrong way considering it fucking goes for it. But I respected it. Then I watched Deli Boys. It was all right.
Oh yeah.
I kind of fell off of it. I
It
think
looked cute.
it was cute enough.
Kind of waiting to hear that recommended to me.
I definitely like their auntie that is just as like straight up just murders people in front of them. Like they don't understand how involved their dad was with organized
Really
crime.
was, yeah.
Also, the Pakistani Indian racism is like alive and well in this show, and like and of course like the white characters like I don't understand, like I barely can tell the difference between you two, and like to like, oh trust me, there's a fucking difference.
That scene in the airport scene in Joyride.
Hey, whoa,
You
you want to try to get us canceled? So obviously those are fucking Koreans. It's like then we watched, The Rookie, the latest episode of The Rookie.
Right. We accidentally skipped one.
Yeah, we did.
Somehow missed a Rookie last week.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I went to the bathroom during it, but what happened with the cybercrime thing? Did that turn out to be the AI?
No.
Damn it.
I don't think so.
Fuck. Who was it?
Oh, man, I tuned out, honestly.
Damn it. Man, that does not bode well.
No. I need to go back and
I remember
rewatch
the flag football game.
Yeah, I know. I remember that, and I remember them hunting the dude down, but no, I reading an email or something. I tuned out for part of that.
Yeah.
I'll have to go rewatch that.
Yikes.
I should not watch The Rookie at like midnight.
I watched The Studio, the latest episode. I thought that was very good.
Man, I'm loving The Studio. This one seemed to have the least overt meta theme.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a war episode, and they're definitely doing some style stuff with the camera still, but in terms of like the oneer being a oneer, and the noir one being the missing reel being a full
Shot
on
on film.
Chinatown noir.
Yeah.
And this one felt less like in your face with it, but it was still, I loved seeing Maura Quinn this episode and seeing her like really focusing hard on her and Sal and not just on Matt every single time. But watching them escalate their shit was hilarious to me. Like,
yeah,
she deletes that. Well, first, just seeing him just like pull up and casually park, and there's an empty. I don't know who it's for, but there's a space next to him. It doesn't have a car in it at the start of the episode, and then we pull up, drone over to like a mile away in the studio, and like back down to her like having the lot full sign put down in front of her car before she could pull into her garage. Like. All of that was fucking hilarious.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. But like watching her take it from there to like deleting shit off his calendar, the golf cart thing. And then even like, honestly, half the shit that happens to him, she does not do. When he's furious at her about being covered in chili and everything, and he's like, "This is all your fault." How? How would that be my fault?
Yeah. No, I tell you, like, no, you sparked the initial cascade of events there.
But like you looking at your phone walked into that door, and then
Right.
you yelling at the door guy walked you into the chili.
I do like that Matt having just drinks with Chris Hemsworth.
Martinis, yeah, lunch martinis with
If
Hemsworth.
anything opens up, like they clocked that early. Anything opens up, slot that in.
Right,
Fucking
right.
love that guy.
But then later, like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm here." Like the meeting that's gotten deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, "Yeah, no, we're heading out to Park Event. Good for you." No, we're heading to Park. Man, I don't know where the fuck you're going.
Yeah.
I'm having lunch martinis with Hemsworth.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
Well, can't you just stall like, no, man, I'm not gonna stall fucking Chris Hemsworth.
No.
Like,
No, you stall whoever the shit that is.
and honestly, yeah, you can't blow off Chris Hemsworth. You got to blow off the fucking director. Like,
that you're interviewing for the thing. Like you don't even have him locked yet.
he's not locked yet, so fuck him. Like, he's just.
Yeah.
Oh no, well, I have to get another director to fucking make the fucking ripoff of Smile. Wink.
Like, if a Scary Smile did this much money, imagine what a Scary
Wink
can
will
And
do.
like, I just every time they say something like that, I want to yell like less. It could do less. Like it's gonna do worse.
Well, that's what she says. Like, well, aren't we worried that it might be kind of lame? Like, you know that word is triggering for Matt.
You can, and I knew when she said it, like you can see Matt's demeanor.
Oh, wait a
change.
minute. Is it lame?
Because I was already thinking it might be lame, and then she said lame, and it just feels like a weird coincidence.
We got a pretty tight structure here. I wouldn't say it's a structure. I would say it's a formula. I think it's just a structure that we know works, so we're going to do 100% of the time. No, wait, let him answer. I want to see what he would do if his fucking movie tested like shit.
Oh God, when she's trying to bring that media, I'm enjoying all of the studio. Like every week, the show's a trip.
Well, I love that he knows that this is a Cannes director, so like he's none of his movies have ever been tested.
No,
So he goes like, "What do your movie gets a 23
out of what?
100, you fucking moron." And then I was like,
well, a lot of good movies have tested bad, and like, okay, that is true. That's not what I asked you.
"Yeah, what would you do?" Like,
And he like, well, I'd take some, notes, and if they make sense, then we'd probably look at making cuts. No, you're gonna reshoot that whole fucking movie.
Yeah, you got 6 months of reshoots ahead of you, buddy.
Yeah, you're gonna do 30 pages in 3 days. I don't think that's possible.
Although I do have to admit, like, if someone says 23 in a derogatory term, like, do you just assume that it's bad? Like,
Right.
fucking
Out of what?
Read the room,
Well,
you
not
fucking
10,
idiot.
you fucking dick.
You idiot. Come on, damn it. What do you think? 77.
What,
Fuck.
out of 25? No, man.
Fuck, God damn it. Honestly, maybe it was better off not having that guy.
Right. Yeah, I was glad to see that. I knew I love Catherine Hahn. She's been off the show for a couple of episodes, or not prevalent. But you're always gonna love her in crazy outfits. I'm glad to see that an episode focusing heavy on 2 of the supporting cast worked this well for me. Because it makes me feel like I don't know how much money Apple wants to spend on this show. I guess all of it usually.
I don't know, man. Like, it feels... Is this another tax haven or something?
I don't know, but like I hope there's another season because I would watch more than just Rogan on this.
Yeah, I really am digging it.
I also
having a
happen
fun
to have just watched the Gintar's episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is also Sal.
Yeah,
he's Gintar,
yes.
with his
What, the gape?
What is Gap? His ripoff? Do they sell clothing?
Do they sell clothing? No, it's gape. What is Gap?
Baby Gape.
Baby gape. Gape.
Yeah. So I'm absolutely digging that show.
What did you watch, my man?
Let's see. Kept up with my Paramounts with the tracker, Watson, all that. Watched Sweetsla, which continues to be lesser sweets. Watched some Castle, which is fun. I think I like it more than Rookie just because he's not a cop. He's kind of a cad.
Right.
It's just more fun.
Well, honestly, the script is flipped of like most of the cops need his help.
Right.
Rather than, well, Rookie this week had the whole crime podcast, and like, I can't believe that. And this other shows have had this take, but like it seems
they did chill on that some. They did not vilify her as heavy.
Oh, did they
at the
not?
end. Yeah, I
Oh,
was
okay.
surprised. I was surprised that like Selena doesn't like is still talking to that woman in the last couple of scenes.
Oh, okay.
And doesn't like punch her out.
because they do make her seem like a bottom feeder or
Dude, she
something
seems like a ghoul at the
and I
start
was like,
of the episode.
oh yeah, because that's what when people think of cereal, that's what they think.
Right. You can tell this is
Oh, that woman, that
propaganda-y.
was bottom feeding like to make all that podcast money.
Man, and this week they did let's redo the training videos that haven't been redone since the 70s.
Yes.
And of course, Smitty's like, oh, I watch all those every year. They're fantastic. And at first I'm like, does he mean as training or does he just really like the woman in the video? I don't want.
Yeah.
Don't answer. Don't answer.
No, he says,
I'm sorry I asked.
Oh,
Smitty.
no, they're basically useless. Everyone just brings their own training from...
Yeah, from...
again, it's like, oh, a good reform, but also like everything cop-related. How the fuck is this the first time anyone of you talked about this?
Right, and every cop they mention, you're like, oh yeah, those things are useless. Like, and every one of you doesn't think that anything needs to be done about that. And I guarantee most of you will be mad. What's hilarious to me is that isn't part of Harper's community outreach reform thing.
Oh yeah,
which is, they handle that a little bit better than I thought they would. But like, she's getting no support from either side. I guess it is kind of. He asks Harper's husband to consult on all the scripts for him. But...
Which reminds me, before I forget, like the Rookie and like Nyla and her hubby have the like cops outside, like a meeting outside, which is just stupid. Like don't have any meeting outside. Like inside is fine. It's air conditioned.
Right.
You fucking monsters. And also like don't have your policeman's like reform act in public. Have that in a nice room or whatever so that people have at least the feeling of anonymity.
Well, and get a little further before you look like you're doing a photo op for it.
Yeah.
This looks like your first meeting wants a hug.
Because you do realize that these people are afraid they're gonna be called rats and shit. Like that.
Because she gets no cops to show up basically, other than like our hardcore.
I'm sure even people said they would, and then saw it was outside and was like, no, I meant like in like on the down low.
Right. I'll help you with this, and we'll get some wins under our belt, and then we'll do a press.
Well,
thing.
you got to get the confidence of that enough people are there that you're protected. In a way that Daredevil does with its cops that are it shows a group of cops that are going to help out Daredevil at the end of its finale, and they're held up in a fucking bar with newspaper over the room. They know how to fucking hide and be a resistance. Which brings me to, I didn't have it on my thing and I knew I was going to forget about it, which does not speak well of Daredevil, but I watched the Daredevil finale. Punisher, great as always. Fucking shows back up. Love that guy. It's like, hey, Red.
I love you. So like Daredevil gets hurt bad enough to not be able to
like the
slow
other times
Frank up.
Other times he's fought with him. He's noticeably kept Frank from killing people, like in the Netflix seasons. In this one, he's kind of hurt, and so he kind of needs Frank's help to like not get killed here. But also that means he can't stop Frank from shooting people 7 times in the face. Frank, goddamn. I don't think I want that kind of help, Frank. Well, it's the kind of help you got. And then he finds the guy. They find the guy that killed Hector, the White Tiger.
Yeah.
And hey, Red, I think we found your boy. Go ahead, Red. I know what you want to do it. Like, and Matt knocks his fucking teeth out, but like doesn't kill him. Like,
Hey, get in front of a bull for this piece of shit too? Is that what you do now, hero?
He's not worth it, Frank.
Worth it. How about him? He worth it? How about that, huh? What is wrong with you?
God damn it, Frank! You fucking psycho!
Love it.
Dude, they have such great chemistry. Fuck you, blind boy.
It's telling you there's a hilarious Polygon article this week of everybody on the show that has more chemistry with Matt than Heather. And Frank's number one.
Well, Karen shows back up. And immediately the show gets a better romance tension going on. Well, I mean, the episode starts with Matt waking up in the hospital after he's been shot, and Heather is holding his hand or whatever, and he comes out of it and he goes, Karen?
Oh, that's great.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Damn, man.
Also, but Heather sucks. So like who fucking cares?
Like, yeah, man. Your subconscious knows, Matt. Break up with her. Come on, man.
Otherwise, I don't get. I mean, Mayor Kingpin transitions into Mayor Kingpin now rather than Mayor Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full, but there's a pretty good kill with the police commissioner that is like fucking Bane level rip, like Game of Thrones rip somebody's face apart.
Damn.
Like it's pretty great. But otherwise, like, yeah, he fucking declares martial law. He puts out the power. Punisher gets captured because his plan is bad. Like, he just runs into a room full of cops. Like, no tactical planning. It feels like this needs to happen for the story.
Got it.
it cliffhangers in a way that is like, well, yeah, I guess this is a cliffhanger and this was a season, but really it's the first half of a season. This is where the season really kicks off, is supposed to in this midpoint. But now we've switched. It's just a fucking mess.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've missed it the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you were saying.
And then let's see, I watched a couple of movies. I watched The Accountant, which was a fun rewatch. I'd only seen it the once.
Bernthal again.
Yeah, getting ready to watch the sequel.
You don't
when it
remember
comes
how
out.
little the
Oh, he's in it so little.
brother, and even less so as the
held
brother.
back as such a twist. I would love to know what crazy fucking notes they got from readers.
Well,
on that
obviously
script.
the second movie has like, oh, that was well.
Now we get the
have
buddy
gold
movie.
here.
Yeah. It's Twisted Metal season 2 is going to be the
Yes.
Yeah. He's the surfboard that surf Nazi or the
Surf Dracula.
Surf Dracula. Surf Nazis must die. Then Fanny had never seen Out of Sight. We've been watching Soderbergh movies, and fuck, I love that movie. Out of Sight is so good. With Ving Rhames, Don Cheadle, Clooney, Jennifer Lopez, Steve Zahn. Everybody and their dog is in that. Of course, Ray Nicolette. We get Michael Keaton showing up because it's an Elmore Leonard.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely love that movie. It has so many just funny.
If only he'd have shown up in Justified at some point.
Right, he really should have. There's so many fun just like little visual style gags. At one point, Clooney's on a phone call, and Ving Rhames is pulling beers out of a fridge, and like yells over to him like, "Hey," and throws him a beer, and Clooney just doesn't hear him at all, and it just goes right past him off a balcony, and Clooney just like,
oh shit.
I laughed in the theater when it has White Boy Bob. It has one of the great accidental, like, I think second only to Marvin in Pulp Fiction, like great accidental deaths that I've ever laughed at out loud in a theater.
Oh yeah.
But also Don Cheadle as Snoopy, the boxing trainer that throws fights. He has some amazing lines. Like, he's threatening Albert Brooks. He's threatening the rich guy they're going to rob later when they're all in prison together. Like, before they have a plan to rob him or anything, when they're just threatening this fish. And George Clooney's watching it all happen in the library in the prison. And Don Cheadle basically threatens to kill this dude. And Clooney yells up like, "Hey, man, I don't know if you've been threatened like in a prison before, but just so you understand, he can't kill you because he wants things from you. So if you die, he'll get in trouble for it and you won't be there. So like whatever he's threatening, and Don Cheadle looks up and goes, "Well, man, a lot of things can happen to him, like short of dying. He could fall on something real hard, like a shiv or my dick." Like, Don Cheadle just gets to like lay down these crazy lines through the whole movie.
You'd be surprised what you can live through.
It's Out of Sight's fucking awesome. I saw some huge list of Soderbergh movies and I get ranked number one. I don't know that it's my number one, but God, I fucking love it. And then probably the weirdest thing we watched this week was tied to an interview that folks can go and listen to right now as well. You and I both, I watched this because I was going to interview a contestant on this reality show. You watched the first episode with me and then ended up watching it yourself because this was weirdly fun.
Honestly, it's weird because watching it going, I'm like, this is very rough. Like, they need to rework this in another season if they get it.
Yeah, like I feel like they were figuring out how to fuck with them as they went.
Yeah, because like it feels like the attempts got sloppier.
No, they get more and more desperate. Yeah,
because honestly, and there should be safe times. I'm not sure when, because I think he wants, because
there's a rule change somewhere that needs to happen. So the show we watched is Got to Get Out, hosted by Simu Liu. Simu Liu. And it's over on Hulu right now. They put a ton of contestants in a house, lock them in. There's no clocks in the house. Instead, there's starting from zero, counting up money to $1 million. It's basically $1 every second. So very quickly, their time gets weird because you're coming up with like not 30 minutes, but $1,000 or whatever. And then every day, everybody gets or doesn't get an escape plan that lets you open a window that's locked or open a door, get out somehow. But there's a watchtower of people watching you. The gate is a long fucking way from the front door. You got to get all the way out.
Longer than would they shoot it.
Yeah. And so it is a lot harder to get out of the house. I went from starting it up thinking, well, somebody's gonna get out of this fucking thing like quick, and then by the end of the season, I had so many people fail. Fuck, like so many failures over and over. And I got to interview Rob Roman, who's one of the contestants on it, and he was like, man, there's at least a dozen escapes that aren't in the show because you got busted literally opening the window and somebody walked in the room. There's so many people in the house. But a lot of them are like Rob Roman had been on Squid Game, the Challenge.
Yeah.
The when Netflix did a
the
Squid
nightmare
Game.
scenario
Oh,
where
my
they did
Lord.
Squid Games.
And so he's now got to get out. But there's other people on there who'd never done a reality show. And then there's people on there like Omarosa is in the house. I don't mean that like Omarosa's in the house. I mean like she's literally on this show who was in like the first Trump administration for a minute. Like she's won so many reality shows that our president thinks she's good. Spencer Pratt from The Hills, like he's another reality, not necessarily competition, but
Dude,
like
Omarosa's a sneaky motherfucker.
oh, she's amazing in this. Honestly, she is so.
She like honestly, and I know that they're editing some too, but seriously, there's one attempt where she pops out of nowhere.
It freaks both those people out. It's great.
Like they jump scare.
They are 5 doors deep into hiding from people in this house, and she has snaked behind them every time. Like it's really pretty impressive. So I was gonna watch a few episodes because I'm interviewing the dude. I ended up watching the whole thing because it was really fun. You finished it before me, actually.
I wanted to figure out like exactly how it was an interesting concept. Like, how does this work? And like, obviously, you can't have people escape on the first day. There's got to be like, honestly, I thought there'd be more fail safes, and maybe there were, and people just didn't activate them.
Maybe
I thought there would be like you got to disable a thing that's actually closer to the gate. Like that you didn't realize. Like
right, I can't believe there's nothing else. Yeah.
People will get farther and farther, and no, it seems like that there's just more kill switches and stuff, and that.
Yeah, it did disappoint me that all the clues basically are different ways to do the same thing.
Yeah, you need a exit strategy, which is just knowing when one of the doors is going to unlock, and then there's cheat codes of like you can disable the lever of the watchtower.
Yeah.
Or you can disable the, or you can pick a door and just say a code phrase and it'll open.
Yeah.
So you can pick your spot. And you can
I think the funniest one to me was the open sesame because it required 2 people to stand at 2 different exits and at the same time say open sesame. One of your 2 will open and you don't know which one beforehand.
Yeah. Later they just straight up you have an open sesame and it just opens your door.
Yeah.
They simplify it.
But I was amazed the first time they get in like 2 completely different rooms and I'm like, there are rooms with 2 windows in them, right?
Right.
You could be next to the same window.
Well, honestly, an escape attempt, it's weird because you know that you need more people to do an escape attempt, but also it's to not get noticed, it's better to have only one person run for it.
Right.
So you got to trust that one person to like just share the money with you when they're gone.
I don't watch a lot of reality shows, and so I was maybe surprised by things that happen all the time on all of these. But as soon as people got outside, it amazed me that they all tended to panic and run straight up the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Very few people like were sneaky. One dude, because he thought everything was disabled, actually like hooted and hollered as you ran. And I was like, I get it. I don't know if you could stop yourself, but shut up, dude. They heard you. Like she heard him, not saw him.
Well, the watchtower early only has like one person manning it, and they quickly figure out like what sucks is that like the
first couple episodes you eliminate
options, which is a thing you have to do because you got to try in order to figure out how this really works and what.
But there's some aspects of the show that once somebody does it once, that's done.
Well, I was surprised that later they just stopped giving people keys to the car. Did you notice that? The cars are now pointless.
Yeah, those are gone. That was like Ep1 or 2 kind of shit. Yeah,
like, interesting. And also the recycling bins don't come back. There's a couple exit strategies that like happen that are fairly obvious. Like I get why the recycling bin was like, because that was like, oh man, they're just gonna check those fucking bins. But what sucks is that like you can actually run from the watchtower to the button most times, even if
faster than you can get to the end of the driveway.
Yeah. And I'm like, that feels on one level calculated, but also is it against the rules then to? Because then my move would be cool, I have to jam the door that's between the watchtower and the button.
I'm really amazed. Maybe, and again, we don't know what all gets edited out, but I'm
Yeah.
amazed more people don't. There's really not very much deviousness in that regard.
Or I need a teammate to run interference in that regard. Like,
Right. Yeah, there's so many more sneaky things. Like I don't watch a lot of reality shows, so maybe this happens for everybody all the time, but I kept watching it and thinking, that's not how I'd play it.
Well, the guy you interviewed, Rob, right,
Yeah.
was the name. Like he had a good strategy. I thought of like he gets a early key to the car thing,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw that. What was it, Doodles that didn't or couldn't drive the car, or which one of them?
Yeah, Doodles gets to the car and doesn't know what to do with the paddle shifters.
Yeah,
And I wouldn't have.
and honestly, with the driveway, you can't get off enough speed. I'm like, actually, I think it'd be faster to run.
I was thinking that of like, you're dumb to... Doodles, somebody jumps on a bicycle at one point, and I was like, I don't know that's...
That'd be faster to drive down the driveway,
Uh-huh.
I would think. But I'm like, well, I would still cut through the forest.
No one cuts. Yeah. It's a fun show. I enjoyed it. I hope they retool it a little and come back with a new crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch more of it.
With new rules and stuff to encourage more stealth stuff, because like...
Have some, maybe a better game designer than Doodles, but have some people watch it and retool the rules here. But yeah, folks, you go listen to Rob and I chat it up right now. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Don't believe anything. They're all freaking psycho liars.
It's a wicked game we're playing.
We're so close!
Everyone not getting along.
You're dead to me.
That's actually relaxing.
Getting a little hot. Everyone's lying to each other. You come for me, don't miss.
Hit the button!
We never said this game would be easy.
Somebody got out.
You just gave away $444,000.
Oh my God.
Get me out of here.
And that's I think that's about all I watched this week. It feels like a good time to talk about Patreon.
Patreon. Les, what is it?
Well, I'm glad you asked. At patreon.com/tvdudes, you can throw down $1 an episode, or $5 an episode, or $20. If you throw down $1, you'll get bonus content each and every week.
Each week?
Yeah. This
Like
week,
what?
we're going to head over to the theater, and watch Sinners.
Sinners.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. It's Michael A.
Kugler.
Jordan and Michael B. Jordan.
Michael H.
Both of them.
The A side and the B side.
Mhm,
Okay, great. That's Kugler's new joint. I like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
You can also check out our back catalog of our Patreon TV Dudes at the Movies and all our bonus eps. There's also the, write your own review.
Yep, the $5
tier.
episode. We will read whatever smack talk you want to
Leave on
send
a
us.
TV episode on the air, and or on the pod, I should say. Then also the treasured coveted position of showrunner is
That's
available
right.
for $20.
And you don't
A
have to keep
one-time
that
payment of
sustaining.
$20.
Yeah, you throw down $20. We will watch 4 episodes of whatever show you want us to,
Indeed.
and discuss it at length on the main episode. But what we talk about this week on the real episode, let's talk about the Bondsman over on Amazon Prime.
Did you die?
Yeah, I think maybe I did.
Mr. Halloran, come here about your new job orientation.
She knows things, Hub, about how you
Died and went to hell. You're only standing here now because we brought you back.
which is just plain silly.
Do you think it's silly, Mr. Halloran?
What job, lady?
You're still a bounty hunter, but now you hunt demons for the devil.
The Bondsman is an American action horror television series, say that 5 times fast, created by Granger David for Amazon Prime Video. The series premiered April 3rd, but Amazon dropped all of it as we tore through it pretty quick and are happy to talk about it now.
We ate up some bacon.
In the premise, Kevin Bacon plays Hub, a backwoods bounty hunter who comes back from the dead in an unexpected second chance at life, love, and a near-forgotten musical career, only to find that his old job has a demonic new twist. That's right, he's a bounty hunter for hell, catching demons that have escaped. We got Kevin Bacon as Hub Halloran, Jennifer Nettles as his ex, Marianne Dice, Beth Grant as Kitty Halloran. God, I love his mom in this. Then we got Damon Harriman as Lucky, We got Maxwell Jenkins as Cade, his son, and Jolene Purdy as Midge, who's basically his middle management caseworker from between him and Hell, or the Pot of Gold Corporation.
Right. You got a fax? Yeah, they haven't updated.
Yeah, they haven't updated.
When I started, there was a fucking telegram.
I love that it was basically telegrams until probably like right up until the fax machine.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we replaced it with new technology. Like, dude, with the fax?
With the fax, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect with this. I was really hoping that it would be basically exactly what it is, and I had a lot of fun with it. Somewhere between Stand Against Evil and Reaper. You got to see what they got to show of that Tremors pilot at ATX Fest, and said that this is not unlike that.
So this is Kevin Bacon's rough and tumble Southern action star that he would have gotten to play again as Val in the Tremors series. And now he gets to like, it's a different vibe. It's not the same character, but the vibe is definitely like, it's badass, corn-grown, like fucking, well, I gotta go up to Nashville and do some music while I go deal with these demons. And I really like Kevin Bacon in it. I really like these shows, these Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like, I don't know, is there a word for them? Like these supernatural, like Scooby kind of gang detective thing. I actually ended up liking Jolene Purdy and her contribution to it. Like, she takes a back seat for early.
Yeah, but I like Midge's backstory, and I like what she brings at the end. And also, the best thing that this thing does is move. Like, they don't... I like how quickly he dies and comes back, how quickly he puts together what the fuck's going on, how quickly he lets his family in on it. I mean, you know, by midway through this series, in the back half of this series, we've got a whole fucking demon fight, and everybody seems to know.
Yeah, I liked how fast they let in on everybody, and also that...
And how quickly we see the demon plan come together. We don't... That's almost to a detriment, but this would have been, God love them, 4 seasons of Supernatural to get to the Lilith release, and I mean, it literally was, to get to like what's going on in this show. But it's more than just a Demon of the Week, and you can see very quickly that they are on rails towards a holy fuck, something's going to happen.
Damon Harriman as Lucky, I mean, I loved him from Justified as Dewey Crow. And this is the point where I'm like, oh, Southern Fried Kentucky bad guys or whatever. Obvious. And then he comes on with this unfortunate Boston accent that like is not the worst I've ever heard.
No, but we just watched like, Duffy and Reacher.
Like, Jesus. Like that was knocking it out of the park.
Right.
And I was like, wait, why do you have him doing this dude was on like 6 seasons of Kentucky Fried fucking Justified.
Right. And he's the only one on this show not doing this.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, everyone else is doing it pretty convincingly. I'm pretty sure that's just how Beth Grant might talk.
It's just how Beth Grant talks.
I'm pretty sure that's just how she talks.
Yeah.
But Kevin Bacon has put a nice drawl on it. Motion. I like, is it Hub or Hub? Hub. I like Hub as far as he's kind of a piece of shit to where like,
yeah. Well, why'd you go to hell? I think it was a mistake. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I love that when he does reveal it later, she clearly has never believed that. Like, when, okay, Mom, I think I know why I went to hell. Okay, I'm ready. Tell me. And like, yeah, I just love that everybody knows he's a piece of shit.
I would definitely love for... I was waiting for a complication to come in with the contract of like, you know, most bounty hunters don't have people that make them better. What if the next time he dies, he's not as much of a piece of shit as he was before?
Right.
And he doesn't get like, in like, oh shit, we've never had that happen before. I was kind of waiting for that.
Right.
But also like, hey, yo, the girl he killed is now not dead. Like, what does that work out to?
Right. Because
like,
he's technically freed at the end because like, it's loopholed out.
He's technically gone. Okay, I mean, I guess you could say he's damned the rest of humanity if he doesn't take care of the Lilith thing.
But also, he's taking care of the Lilith thing with no support now. Like, he will not survive getting hurt.
No,
not that hell was healing him, but he wasn't.
I like the cliffhanger. I don't like doing a cliffhanger on a show like this of like, guys, come on. Even with Kevin Bacon, the Tremor series didn't even get off the ground.
Right.
And you're fucking banking on a second season this hard.
No, to me that should have all happened and been resolved, and he should have rode off into the sunset with a good vibe with his family. But hey, man, you are still technically dead.
Yeah,
And then the fax machine goes off, and another piece of paper comes out, and we cut.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't have a tease or don't like to hint at something, but
I would just hint that there's always more escapees.
Yeah, absolutely.
These 5 just had a plan.
But like as it stands now, I'm like, man, I don't know if you're gonna get a second season, and also the story just didn't. Like we're left on a big like don't know what happened thing.
Right.
And
I have maybe there's more of this, but like, does anybody know?
Well, I mean, I would only do this if I knew I was greenlit for 3 seasons or something.
Right.
But,
This is some crapopolis.
but even like you said, even now we unrenew shows now.
Right.
Like even that's not a fucking guarantee. So I kind of also I felt like near the end, I was having fun. In the beginning, I was having fun with all the what it could be and couldn't be. Like I wonder how. Like I wonder like it seems like he knows what he did to get to hell. Like he's thinking of a specific thing, which is great on the Kevin Bacon as an actor is like
we could have dragged that out for a while.
Yeah, and by the
I would have been okay with it.
I want to say the last 3 episodes, I was like, okay, I know what's gonna happen, and not like it wasn't fun to see, but also I was like, okay, so Lucky is gonna be the agent of God or whatever, like, and try and fuck him up with the actual cops, and he's gonna be a rat, and he's gonna get caught because of all the evidence he's left around town, even though there's technically not any. All the bodies burn.
Right.
So what exactly are they going to charge him with? Burning down a property?
I was kind of as the show needed the cops to be coming after him and everything, but I kept thinking about that of like,
I mean,
you've got him on a lot of arson.
Yeah, but also there's no like, show me a body.
Right.
Show me that somebody died.
And we get a little inconsistent with this, but early on in the first couple, everything their blood burns. The blood on the other side of a fridge that falls on someone starts burning.
Right.
Like the full puddle of blood catches fire. So all of them burns. There's nothing. There's no body.
I like him. I like all the demons having a gag that like they're all different. Like they're named after famous different demons, and they all have like a water thing or a power like electrical grid thing, fire, so that they are easily tracked. So that he still has to do his job as a bounty hunter and track them down. He doesn't have like a demon detector, even though they seem to be able to like fucking read it on him.
Right.
That priest in the opener where it just starts to walk at him in the car, like he's just in the car. The priest's out in front of the fucking church, looking at him, and just starts to walk towards him.
Like,
he drives off, and that priest still keeps walking.
Yep.
And we were like, "Shit!" I just think like,
he drives, and I love we called it like he drives to the woods, and we're like, so that priest is like 10 minutes behind you,
yeah.
right?
So like 15 minutes from now,
because he is Leslie Vernon, just steady walking, man. Yeah, this has a 83% on Rotten Tomatoes,
right.
and 6.6 out of 10 average rating. Mixed or average reviews. There's no mention that I'm seeing of on their Wikipedia of a promise of any kind of second season or
yeah. Now I would that takes a level of either confidence or not giving a fuck,
right?
Like, because it's not like I don't like the wife either, but if I don't get the answer to what happens to the wife, I also feel like I won't be devastated.
Right.
Like, okay, I get that it means a lot to Hub or whatever, and that he has to. It would mean more to me to see them reconciled and to save and see what it means to Hub rather than her be in jeopardy.
Yeah,
because I don't really know her or his son is fun. I like the son knowing that Lucky is a piece of shit. And like, yeah, but like you're also kind of a piece of shit. Like, what are we doing by degrees here?
Right. I like that he and Lucky keep both trying to like one up each other by showing folders to the family of like, no, he's the worst. And like with the family consistently going like, guys, this is a bad look.
Also, I love the moments where Kevin Bacon gets to be just a real bastard of like, they're in the city pool, dragging down a demon, a cheerleader demon. And he goes like, okay, take my truck and just ride off as fast as you can down highway, whatever. And suddenly, like after his son leaves, so that
And when the cops knocking around, yeah.
When the cops knocking at his thing, he calls in like, man, there's a fucking pickup truck wailing down the highway, just like a bat out of hell. I think the kid's drunk. And like, so that the fucking cop takes off.
My jaw fell open of like, he just called the cops on his, and the son calls him back on it later, like,
you
hey
motherfucker,
man, I'm gonna take your car later. Don't fucking call the cops on me, okay?
Yeah. You son of a bitch. And I was like, that was, to me, like, that was stunning of like, oh, that's great, because showing that like there's a reason he went to hell. But then like later it's like, oh, he went to hell because he killed somebody he wasn't supposed to. I'm like, okay, I mean, I kind of like the idea that he's just generally an asshole.
I think for as much as I loved them, not rushing, but just being confident and clipping through, revealing these things to his loved ones and everything, I love that they did all that so fast. But then that same pace made it feel empty and lightweight when we got into like what was supposed to be the overarching thing, because like you say, it makes that explanation that he killed that girl, like that shit happens in like 1.5 hour episode.
Yeah,
like boom, and like that could have been. Can't believe I'm advocating for slower, longer television, but this show is charming and fun, and the half hour makes it fly, and you've got a case of the week, and that. To me, that means that you should be slowly doling out these things.
Honestly, it's an 8-episode thing, and I'm like, well, maybe 10.
Yeah, they're half hour long.
If they're half hours, maybe 10. That's not going to hurt anything.
No. So yeah,
you're right. I think overall, like, fun, but a little too lean.
Right. I can't believe I'm saying that. I would still recommend, if you've got Amazon Prime, go watch The Bondsman. Bacon is baconing it up at his bacony best.
Also, great special effects work.
Oh my god, so fucking gory and fun. Him with that chainsaw through the dude's head is so fun. If seeing Kevin Bacon put a chainsaw through a dude's head,
well, also, I mean, we didn't mention that his superpowers are basically to not get killed.
Right. And I love that hell's a dick about what heals.
Yeah, if it's not life-threatening, it just won't heal back up.
Yeah. So, like, there's a scene where I kept thinking his fingers were going to heal, and they just don't.
Well, the show opens on... Man, I probably should have started with this. But the show opens on him getting bushwhacked by Lucky's guys. Some guys Lucky hired. And he gets his throat fucking slit.
And we were like, oh, so it's like that then.
Yeah. And I love that in the rest of, like, through half the rest of the season, one of the things they do play with and take a long time is that Lucky and all these guys don't know how he's alive.
No, because it's unambiguous. They slit his throat and hid him in a wall.
And like, I love that everyone he interacts with, like, no, man, you were dead.
No, I healed up. No.
Like,
no.
One of the guys goes, am I dead? Because like
that is a great, like, no, dude, you're dead.
Am I dead? Because that, to him, that's a more reasonable explanation than him being alive.
Right. No, people don't come back to life, but I might see you in the afterlife. Is this hell?
No. That makes more sense to me.
No, I want to rewatch the first 4 or 5 of these over and over, because I really want this show to on-go as half hour for a long time.
Well, honestly, I could have done more with Lucky trying to kill him a couple times, and he just can't get to Lucky because he's doing this demon thing. Like,
but like Lucky,
god damn it, Lucky. All right, look, I got to do this whole thing or whatever, but we're gonna have words after.
I would have Lucky get into it with 2 or 3 hitmen in a row who are like, "No, I succeeded," and Lucky's like, "No, you fucking didn't. He's alive." And like with the, like where Lucky kills a hitman because the hitman's like. No, I did it. I shot that man through the fucking face.
Yeah. Does your guy have a fucking identical twin brother? Because I like, he should not be walking around.
Yeah, like because you could have had a lot more fun with, and that's the promise and kind of the problem with the show. You could have had a lot more fun with all of this. What's here is fun, but there's so much more promise to it too.
Right. Well, honestly, like the demons, they take such a back seat. I don't remember any of them.
No, there's only 2 or 3, and they're very clearly building towards a larger thing, and you stop paying attention to them.
Well, and then by the time we get to Lilith, she barely has any like presence, or I don't know what her motivation is.
No, she just hates dudes.
Hates dudes, I guess. Okay. All right.
But yeah, like because it gets too big, and then we rush at the end. Yeah. I would still recommend watching it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be all the Bondsman that will ever exist. So good luck with that cliffhanger. Next week, we're going to talk about Last of Us Season 2.
What?
So yeah, I'm finally going to go back and watch some Last of Us. I will let you guys know if it's good, if it's
Sure.
bad, should it be watched? I don't know.
It'll be interesting to finally get you through it to see what you, like, how it reads to you, because I know how some of the notes read wrong to me,
Mhm.
and I can tell exactly like why. Like, oh, well, this worked better for me in the game.
Yeah, but I've never played the game, obviously. But we'll find out. And until next time,
TV Dudes out.
Maybe it's not just about killing demons.
Run!
You can get your family back together.
You're stuck in this so-called job for how long?
Till hell runs out of demons, seems like.
You need to see this. There's a pattern.
Then call the hotline.
A 1-900 number charging $10 a minute.
What do you expect? It's hell.
24